Welcome to One Girl in All the World, a Buffy the Vampire Slayer rewatch podcast where we recap each episode in order and discuss. I'm Ashley, Buffy superfan.
Kimmy, Buffy newbie.
You can find us on all major podcast apps, YouTube, and Instagram with new episodes on Tuesdays. All right. Lies my parents told me.
This was quite the episode.
It is.
I will say, after last episode, because I disliked the last episode so intensely, the stake rating on this one was quite high.
Yeah. This is a good one. This is a good one.
Such a good episode.
Yeah, obviously, if you're coming off Storyteller, which
Had
you didn't like.
a lot going on.
But it is a good one. It's a good one. Okay, so Lies My Parents Told Me originally aired March 25th, 2003, written by David Fury and Drew Goddard, and directed by David Fury. The synopsis is, Giles returns to Sunnydale with a possible solution to the trigger in Spike used by the First. Unfortunately, Spike is not overly willing to revisit his memories in order to find the trigger's origin and why it affects him so much, leaving Giles and Wood to come up with an alternative plan of their own. While Giles distracts Buffy, Wood takes on Spike and prepares to revenge the death of his mother. I feel like it should be like avenge, but it does say revenge. All right, so we start off with like a flashback.
Yep.
New York City, 1977.
It's raining, it's dark.
Yeah, it looks like it might be in like Central Park or something.
Oh, I thought it was like in an alley. I don't know. It looked like it was like in an alley.
Well, Robin's hiding, Wood, that's his first name, is hiding behind a bench.
Can. Oh, a bench.
But he does knock over a trash can, but he's behind a bench. I just thought it was.
You're right. There would not be a bench in an alley. You are correct.
Maybe a beautiful one. I don't know. Oh, yeah. So it's Nikki, so Wood's mom, the Slayer, Nikki, and Spike are fighting in the rain. So obviously this is their subway fight where he wins, obviously. And we see a little Robin hiding behind a bench. So
he's so cute.
He's hiding.
Yeah.
So Nikki and Spike are fighting, and he gets the upper hand. He almost bites her.
Yeah.
But then Robin knocks over a trash can, and it like
distracts him.
It distracts Spike, so she's able to fight him. And Spike, he loves the chase. He loves this whole journey before the actual kill. So he kind of just like calls off the fight, and is like, you know what? I'll see you again. I'll see you again. And he says, "I like your coat."
Mm-hmm.
And then he walks off. So then she comes around to get Robin. She's like, "Good job. You stayed down. Like, you stayed hidden." And she's like, "You're going to go to Crowley's for a while and stay there," which is her watcher. And he's like, "I want to come with you." She's like, "You can't. It's not safe."
Not safe, yeah.
Yeah. And she says, "This is important, and the mission is what matters."
Yeah.
That's her their little motto that they say together because she has to do this. So now we see Buffy, Spike, and Wood. They're fighting. Where are they fighting at?
This looks like an alley for sure.
Yeah, okay, maybe that was an alley, yeah. Spike helps Wood. I don't know if he saves Wood's life in this moment, but he does take out the vampire that was fighting Wood. Yeah. And he said, "Yeah, well, he had to have a stake." He's like, "What are you waiting for? Like, don't be shy with that stake. Like, go ahead and use it." And he walks away, and then Wood says, "Oh, I'm just waiting for my moment."
When he's gripping it so tight, his hand's bleeding.
Yeah, he's bleeding. So yeah, he's got some anger. He's got some anger for sure. So we go to the credits and we come back. We are at school, and the school is kind of normal again. Maybe okay. So whatever they did to the seal, it's like sticking.
Working for now.
It's sticking. People are relatively back to normal.
I'm sure it's a temporary measure.
Yeah, and that's what they're kind of discussing. Like, Wood says, "Maybe we did it." And she's like, "No way."
No. She's like, "I've done this apocalypse things a few times," and like, yeah.
Yeah, she's like, "It wouldn't be that easy." He's like, "You thought that was easy?" She's like, "Anytime I don't die, that's easy." Yeah. Yeah. So she's like, "There's no way it could be that easy." And then Giles bursts through the door.
Total catastrophe.
Catastrophe, chaos, horribleness. Have you seen the library?
Oh my God.
Just computers, no books anywhere to be seen. Can't believe it.
Yeah.
And then he says, "Yeah, by the way, like, it didn't stop the war. Like, the war is coming. It didn't stop anything." And he's like, "What are we going to do about this? Like, talk to the school board?" And then he goes back. He just like says, "Yes, we were still going to be at war. By the way, but important priorities, this library. Like, who do I talk to? Who do I talk to?" And Wood and Giles are introduced, and kind of knows that he's a demon fighter. It says you're a freelance demon fighter. And yeah, she said, "Did you bring any potentials back?" He said, "No, the trip was more about Spike and the trigger." The trigger.
Or yeah, the trigger.
The
Yeah,
trigger,
not the
yeah.
chip.
Talking about, and then they kind of fill Wood in on it. But Wood doesn't do the best following the
No,
intense
that was actually really
storyline.
funny.
Yeah. He's like, when the military gave him a soul. They're like, pay attention. That's not what we said at all. So yeah, he knows that there's a song that's a trigger.
Yeah.
And then he says what he brought back is magic, and it should help them figure out the trigger. So in Buffy's basement, they chain Spike up again, which Xander says, we couldn't have put these up last week, could we? Because he wanted to use them with Anya, which is gross. Right. Wood's there because he's just he's a Scooby now.
Yeah.
He's a Scooby now. So Giles has a stone.
Procariate stone.
Procariate or something. Stone. Yeah. That will expose his memories, like deep-rooted memories that would link the trigger to the song.
Spike's like, I don't know about this.
Yeah, it will break the hold from the trigger if he cooperates. So it's a fairly large stone. He's like, how's that going to get it in? Like, he's got to put it in his brain. Mm-hmm. And so Willow does a spell and kind of like liquefies it. So it turns into like liquidy.
It turns into like a creepy crawly, it looks like.
It looks like a slug or something, kind of. And it says it's going to go through his eye and then go up into his brain.
Cool.
And it's funny when he says, I like the line when he goes, with all the stuff people keep shoving in my head, it's amazing there's room for my brain. And Giles says, it doesn't take up that much room, you don't think? Like, I don't think it takes up that much room. So this thing like crawls into Spike's eye. You see it go up under his eyebrow and into his brain, and he's like, ah, and he's yelling. But then it's like he's inside his own memories. Like he's watching the memory. Yeah. So we're back in the 1800s. Probably 1880 before he was
poetry to his mommy.
He's reciting his poetry to his mom. We hear it's for Cecily, who we know. And she's like, oh, it's so good. It's so good. And he says, she said, is that Cecily so-and-so? And he's like, oh, she's not going to be interested in me. He's like, but I do hope one day I do find someone that can like move in with us, but I will always take care of you. And then she starts coughing, and she like coughs into a handkerchief and there's blood on it. Yeah. So she has TB, which is pretty obvious. And for the time, Victorian England. And this was interesting that I read like in the like behind the scenes stuff. He says, oh, would you like me to get the carriage for Dr. Gull? Like, and she's like, oh, no. But that's supposed to be, I think it's a nod. They said it's supposed to be like a nod to Dr. Gull, who was like one of Queen Victoria's doctors. But he was also, he was a doctor to like high Victorian society, but he was also a Jack the Ripper suspect.
Oh, interesting.
So I just thought that was cool because like that was during Jack the Ripper happening and everything. Right. So I thought that was a really interesting little Easter egg kind of thing that I never read about before. So that was fun.
I never even thought to look into that.
That was fun. And then she says, oh, just come sit with me. Like, it's past. And then she starts singing the song. That's the trigger called Early One Morning. Yeah, called Early One Morning. And then we go into now where Spike, once he hears the song in his memory, he changes.
He triggers.
It goes trigger. And he goes crazy. Out. Yeah, he goes crazy. The stone pops out. But he like throws the bed, it hits Dawn in the head.
Yeah.
And basically Wood just is kind of watching this. So he's like seeing how the trigger works. Mm-hmm. He's getting all this information. He's gathering all this information. I was going to say,
he's collecting information on how to make himself feel better about what he wants to do, I think.
Yeah. So then we come back and Spike's normal again. He's calmed down. And they talked. So it's Buffy, Giles, and Spike and Wood down there. So Giles is trying to talk to Spike about the song. Like, what does it mean? Like, what is the emotional trigger that's related to that song? And he's like, it was just my mother's favorite song. She sang it to me when I was a baby. There's nothing. And he's like, what is it about your mom? And he's like, nothing. And he's trying to deflect, saying, is Dawn okay? You should check on Dawn. And Buffy's like, he doesn't know anything. And Giles says he's holding back. He's holding back. He's not fully participating. Yep, so exactly. Therefore, the trigger is still active. And so they say, oh, is Dawn okay? She's like, yeah, she's fine. And then we go up and Dawn's like, ow. And they can't believe that the potentials can't believe that Spike's trigger has been active this whole time.
Yeah.
and that he's been around them, he trains with them, and at any moment he could just rip their throats
Snap.
out.
Yeah, exactly. That's not cool.
And Anya says, don't even try to talk to Buffy about Spike. Like, he could kill 1,000 frat boys, like she did. Not 1,000.
But then she stops herself and she's like,
yeah, yeah, forgiveness makes us human. Basically saying Buffy is, you don't bother talking, don't talk to Buffy about Spike because, he gets a get out of jail free card. And then the phone rings and Andrew answers it, and it's for Willow. It's Fred, somebody named Fred from LA. So this is someone that's on Angel.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, because we didn't really get much about that. I mean, they talk about it a little bit later in the episode, but I was just like, okay.
Yeah, so this is a crossover episode.
Oh, cool. Okay. Are we going to learn more about that at the end of this episode? I mean, are you going to tell me more about that at the end of this episode?
The next episode, this pays off in the next episode.
Oh, okay.
This
So
Willow leaving. Yeah, Willow leaving.
Okay. Got it.
But yeah, so Willow leaves and goes to LA, and she is in the Angel episode that aired after this.
Interesting. Okay, cool.
So yeah, so she's gonna go. Giles is still questioning Spike about his mom, and he gets mad.
There must be something.
Yeah, there must be something, and yeah, again, the trigger is still active. And yeah,
Spike says your prophylactic stone didn't work.
Buffy says that.
Oh, Buffy says that. Okay,
your prophylactic stone didn't work. And then when she's like, maybe you should just calm down. He's like, I am calm. All right. So then we go back to a memory where Drusilla and Spike are at his house. Obviously, this is right after he's been sired by Drew. Yeah, he's a vampire now. And this is after he's been turned. And they're like kissing and everything. And they're like, all these plans they're making that we're going to take over Europe. We're going to bathe in everyone's blood. We're just going to it's going to be amazing.
It's like, yeah, cool. With my mommy, right?
Like the three of us will. And Drew's like, wait, the three of us? He's like, you, me, and Mother.
Oh my God. He's still a mama's boy.
I know. I love what Drew's like, you want to bring your mom with us? And he's like, well, yeah. And she's like, oh my God, what have I done?
Yeah.
So then his mom comes in, and so he's been missing for a few days. And she's understandably distraught. She's like, where have you been? No one's known what happened to you. You've been missing. And he says, Mother, I am now a vampire. And she says, are you drunk? He says, a little bit. And he basically says that he wants to turn her where she won't be sick anymore. Yeah. There won't be no, aging, illness, sickness.
No dying.
There won't be any dying.
They'll be together forever.
They'll be together forever. And so she's like, what are you talking about? And then he bites her. Mm-hmm. So he turns her.
He sires her.
Yeah. And then, at this part, Willow talks about going to LA, and Buffy releases Spike from the chains.
Which Giles deeply disapproves of.
Yeah. And then, so Buffy and Spike go upstairs, and then Wood and Giles start talking. And Wood is kind of saying, we need to do something. Buffy's not really seeing the threat here. And Giles definitely, we know he agrees with that. Mm-hmm. And he's like, well, yeah, I mean, I guess. And he says, then he finds out that Wood is Nikki's son. The Wood is Nikki's son, and he's like, this is about vengeance. Yeah. And he's like, it's really for the greater good. And I know you agree with me. You know, whether or not it's for vengeance, it's the right thing to do. And Giles says, well, what do you want? What are you thinking? And he says, I just need you to keep Buffy occupied for a few hours.
Yeah.
So in the graveyard, Buffy and Giles are doing some training, which we have not seen in a very long time.
Yeah, that's true.
Spike is Wood is keeping an eye on Spike at his house, which is okay. I mean, I guess that makes sense. And Giles still wants to teach her. He's like, I know, I still have still have lessons to give you, and you're gonna have to make some hard decisions coming up, and we want to go back to the basics. And a vampire rises while they're in the graveyard. So Wood takes Spike to his garage.
Okay, I was like a workroom or something.
Yeah, he says it's his sanctuary, kind of like a workroom. He goes in there, it's all dark, but when he turns on the lights, there's crosses everywhere. Over every
Everywhere.
surface, there's crosses everywhere. And Spike's like, oh, um, he's like, wow, this is a lot. And he's like, hey, you can't be too careful on Sunnydale, right? He's like, I guess, yeah. And he's like, just stay away from the walls. And Spike's like, I'm nervous about this. This doesn't seem to be going very well. And so Wood goes over. He has this like early
Yeah,
Mac
it looks
computer.
actually really fancy for that day and or for like that time.
Yeah, 2003.
Yeah.
And he starts it up and everything. And Spike asks Wood, what's his story? And he's like, oh, just a guy trying to do what he can, do some good in the world. Like, what about you? And Spike's like, yeah, I'm not really one for self-reflection. And
It's
as if,
like you seem like someone who careens through life and is oblivious to the damage around you.
mhm. Yeah. So as he's talking, Wood is kind of preparing. He's like getting out these like wearable
Weapons?
weapons, kind of like
Yep.
brass knuckles, like this like thing on his arm. Like he's kind of like putting stuff on him.
Yep.
Um, and he's like, I've been searching for a long time for like the guy that killed my mother. Um, and like she was a slayer. And then Spike like puts two and two together.
Dawns on him.
Yeah. And then he clicks a song on the computer and it's early one morning. So he is obviously trying to trigger him. And he's like, I don't want to kill you, Spike. I want to like kill the like demon that took my mother from me.
Yikes.
So he doesn't want to kill Spike in his human face. He wants to like see the demon. That's who he wants to fight.
Yikes.
And after a few seconds, Spike changes because
It
the
triggers
trigger
him.
is working. Yeah.
Yep.
Then we go back into a memory where, and then we gotta go back and forth between Wood and Spike fighting. But we'll just say they have a fight where they're overall Wood is winning. We'll say that
Yep.
at this point. So, but in the memory, Spike comes home and he sees his mom's
She looks.
cane
Oh, okay, yeah.
just sitting there by like she's not with it obviously. So he's like, oh good, like she's woken up and everything and she's turned. Yeah, so his mom has turned and she walks in and she looks radiant.
Amazing. Yeah,
Doesn't
she's
mean her hair.
beautiful,
Yeah, she doesn't look so like sickly. Like yeah,
glowing.
yeah. And he's like, okay, now we can be together forever. And she's like, now that I'm like free, I feel free. Like I don't want to. I don't want to be with you. Like I don't want to be with you forever. Like
Yeah.
I want to live my life now. She wants away from him, and she's so mean to him. Basically,
She's so mean. Like I
she's
don't
so mean to him.
get it because like when they were human, she seemed to dote on him and like I don't think that was fake.
Yeah, no. So she basically like makes fun of his poetry.
Yeah.
Like, I had to listen to that crap that you wrote. It was like kind of pathetic. You're such a mama's boy. No wonder you could never find a wife because no one would like compare to your mom and all this. Like, God, like trying to get you off of my apron strings. Like, I should have just killed you when you were born. I should have bashed your brains in when you were born. He's like, like totally taken back by this.
Well, of course he was.
Yeah, and he's like, stop saying that. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
And then in the graveyard, Giles is stalling, which is the whole plan of this. He talks
Well,
about
he's like, yeah, don't kill the vampire. Just keep fighting it.
yeah. She's like, what can I kill him? He's like, no, like this because I said so. Like this is part of the lesson. And he says, like, you're gonna have to make tough decisions. You have to learn that all of us are expendable for the greater good to save the world. And he says, like, even now, like, like she's admitted that if after everything she's been through, if she had to make the same choice today, she would let Dawn die to save the world. And she says, yes, I would, if it meant saving the world. And he's talking about, yeah, like difficult decisions have to be made. Everyone's expendable. And then there's Spike. So at Woods, Spike is like just beat down. He's just like laying there. Wood takes the jacket off of him because it's his mom. So he takes that jacket back. And yeah, he has just beat down Spike. So back in the memory, his mom now gets even worse. His mom basically starts to come on to him and says, that's what you really wanted, really.
Oh yeah, that was
wanted
so
to be
weird.
inside me again. Like
That's so
in a different,
gross.
like have sex with her instead of like being born from her. And I'm like, ew. But she basically comes on to him, like tries to kiss him, and he's like pushing her away. He's like, no, like what's going on? And she grabs like something, I think it's maybe her cane, and they're kind of struggling with it, and it breaks, so it comes like to a sharp point, and he just like realizes like what he's created.
A monster.
He's created a monster, and he says he's sorry and then stakes her.
Yeah.
He
Which
has to stake his own mom.
sucks because
Yeah.
he loved her so much.
He wanted to save her. He didn't want to see her wither away and die, and he wanted her to live forever. Yeah. But didn't turn out that way.
So he's like apologizing.
Yeah.
And then it looks like he's apologizing to Wood.
Yeah. So he says that out loud, and Wood's like, "Oh, you think apologizing is going to do anything?" And he's like,
I
"Sorry,
wasn't apologizing to you.
I wasn't talking to you." So Spike gets up, and
He's like, I don't give a piss about your mom.
yeah, I think
Wow.
I was a Slayer. I mean, she was a Slayer. I was a vampire. That's how it worked. He says they fight alone no matter how many people they have in their life that care about them. They fight alone. And yeah, that's how it is. That's how it is with Slayers versus vampires. And she knew that.
And she loved him, but not enough.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, that was mean.
Yeah, it was it just like pisses you off that she didn't love you enough to stop for you, that she didn't walk away from it for you. That the mission came first and that kills you, you know? And he says, I'm gonna tell you a story like about a father, like a mother and son. He's like, I love my mother. I wanted her to live forever. And when I turned her, you know, he said, I let a demon loose and it ripped into me. And he said, and the stuff she said to me affected me for a long time. But now I realize it was the demon in her that was talking to him. It wasn't his mother.
Well,
and that
the other thing he said though too is like, I had a mom who actually loved me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And he's kind of faced this, that it was not really his mom that said that stuff to him. And that renders the trigger ineffective. Yep. So he walks over to he starts the song again and he's fine. He says, oh, look, now you actually cured me after all. Can you believe it? You brought here to kill me and you cured me. He says, I have free will, so I want you to know that when I kill you, that it was 100% my decision. And he bites him.
God. Yeah.
So at the graveyard, Giles continues talking about Spike. And Buffy says, I want him to be here. We need him to fight. We need him.
He's different with his soul.
He's different with his soul. And he says, yeah, then the first is exploiting your feelings about that.
Yep.
That you feel that way. And then she realizes that she's being stalled from something and runs off. And he says, it's time to stop acting like being a general and start actually being one, or pretending to be a general and start actually being one. So he runs off and he says, this is how you win wars. And she runs off. So at Woods, Buffy walks up to the garage and sees Spike coming out. He's got his coat back on.
With the jacket.
With the coat. That was like Buffy about when she said, Spike, with the coat. Sorry. That's in season 5. Sees him with a jacket. And she's like, what happened? And he like kind of opens the door and he sees Wood is there. He's alive, but he's like slumped up against the wall and sees all of the kind of the crosses. And he said, I let him live. I gave him a pass because I killed his mom, but that's his one get out of jail free card.
If anything like this happens again, he's gone.
I'm going to kill him. And he walks off. So Buffy goes in and helps him up. And she like fully sees the room. Like she sees like how orchestrated this was and like how planned this whole thing was. And she says, like, we need Spike. He's like the strongest warrior we have in this whole thing. There's no time for vendettas for you to get revenge on him. And if you do anything like this again, he's going to kill you and I'll let him.
Yeah.
Because that's bigger than you trying to kill him for your own vengeance. And then she turns around and says, the mission is what matters, which is what his mom said to him.
Exactly. Oh my God.
And he's like, ah.
Yeah.
So upset.
Ugh, that's a lot.
So then at Buffy's, she checks on Dawn while she's sleeping. Okay. Seems to be all right. And Giles comes to talk to her.
And Spike is alive.
Yeah. And he's like, I know you're mad. I know you're mad. And she's like, Spike's alive. But yeah, Wood failed. And he's like, regardless, everything I said is still true. It's all still the same. And he's like, you need to learn. And she interrupts him and says, I think you've taught me everything I need to know, and closes the door in his face.
Yeah. Yikes.
Yeah. The student has become the teacher. And she has kind of, I think, for a long time, that's the end of the episode, but I think for a long time, this is kind of gets into my stake rating too, but I think for a long time, I mean, obviously he was a watcher for many years. Mm-hmm. And then I think honestly, Buffy surpassed his kind of wisdom. And then he was a father figure first and foremost, I think at that point. And I think now she's rejecting him in that way as well. because
Yeah.
of decisions he's making.
Yep.
Um, but yeah, that's the end of the episode. So a lot of people are mad at each other.
Yeah.
So my favorite quote is "The mission is what matters." I think that was really important because obviously it kind of proves Spike's point about Slayers.
That's fair. Yeah.
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 He's like, I know Slayers, and this is how they are, and nobody is really gonna. And it also proves it's true because now Buffy says she would kill Dawn to save the
Yeah.
world.
Yeah. Which she
Like,
wouldn't be willing to do previously.
so basically, yeah, like he, Nikki was willing to sacrifice her son in whatever way was necessary for the mission,
Hmm.
and that's how Slayers are. They have to be. Um, so yeah, the mission is what matters was like kind of like the motto of this whole episode. And my favorite scene was Spike telling Wood about Slayers, and like no matter how many people they have in their lives, they fight alone, and basically they second sacrifice. They can't put love over like the mission, no matter how
Yeah.
many people love them.
Hmm.
Yeah, so I think that was my favorite scene because it ended up being like there was like so much supporting stuff about it. Well, Buffy like reflected a lot of those points he was making in this episode.
Yeah. Yeah. That's fair. My favorite quote was when Spike said, I clocked the niblet pretty fierce. When he's trying to distract from like, they're like, oh, like what happened in that little flashback you had there? What's going
Yeah,
on
he's
with
like,
that
don't
Dawn
talk about my
thing?
mom. Look at this. Look at that.
Yeah,
I hurt Dawn.
exactly.
I hurt Dawn.
Um,
That was funny.
and actually my favorite scene was when like in the workroom when Wood and Spike were fighting and just having the flashback and like finally figuring out what happened with his mom.
Hmm.
Because like I feel like that's been like integral part of this whole season. Like we didn't understand the trigger and like what was going on with that. And like we've seen previous stuff with his mom before and
Hmm.
yeah, it's just like she's this magical mom and
Yeah.
yikes.
Yeah. It took a
So
turn.
yeah, so
Took
watching
a
that was like hard.
dark turn.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which
Okay,
is stake
so
rating.
I gave it a 4.9.
Okay, wow, that's pretty good.
It's really good.
Yeah.
I think it's beautifully written. I think just when you think you don't know everything, but just when you think you like understand Spike, you get more
Yeah,
backstory and more
sure.
information about him.
Mhm.
And it's like crazy that Spike again like still kind of kept a semblance of his real self when he was turned. When you see his mother was completely gone.
Yeah.
It was like it was just the demon was left.
Mhm.
But he still like loved her and wanted to take care of her and make sure she was okay, which is
Yeah.
like yeah. Um
Mhm.
um the Spike and Wood thing coming to a head. So that has been bubbling for quite a few episodes now. So that finally came to a head.
Yep.
And everything's out in the open. Now everybody knows about the relationship there. But Buffy graduating from Giles. Because I feel like emotionally, she wasn't like Watcher wise, I think she graduated from him after season like 5.
Yeah.
Like for the couple years, I think she's graduated from him as a
Mhm.
Watcher, not as a father figure. I think emotionally she hadn't
Yep.
until now. I think that she feels pretty like that's not the relationship they have anymore. That's I
Mhm.
think how she feels. And then I've talked about the backstory with Spike. I think the backstory was really cool. I think I haven't looked at who's written every Spike episode, but like his backstories are just so good.
They are really
They're
good.
just really well thought out, really well
Mhm.
written. They always inform his character more, and we've known him since season 2,
Yep.
and we're still like learning more 5 episodes before the season ends. So
Yeah.
I just think his stuff is really well written.
Mhm.
And then the trigger is done. So they got ahead of the trigger. So now whatever this grand plan for using the trigger has been thwarted by the Scoobies. So the trigger is no more. But it gave us a good episode though anyway.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I gave it a 4.8 actually.
Woo!
Yeah, this was a very good episode.
Yes, it's very
Very
good.
well done. Yeah, like a lot of what you said, just like the stuff with Wood and Spike was just there was so much going on with that. It's just like a bummer because they both lost their moms in traumatic ways, I would say. Well,
Yeah.
Spike killed both of their moms.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, just kind of watching that and like watching Wood try to get his vengeance basically was I don't know. I had mixed feelings on that because, like, on one end, I was just kind of like, Giles and Wood are kind of right. Like, I don't think Spike necessarily maybe deserves to die, but like, Buffy does hold on too much to him. Like, there's too much, um, yeah, like she's willing to sacrifice Dawn and everything like that, but she doesn't seem to be willing to sacrifice Spike.
Yeah.
Or like, it's different. I don't know how to explain
Mm-hmm.
it, but anyway, so
Mm-hmm.
she, like, there's too much with him. So I just, yeah, I didn't, like I said, didn't necessarily want him to die, but
And another thing you're saying that I just realized too is like Buffy talks. She's like, I understand why you did what you did. Like I lost my mom too, and the same thing. Like Buffy's like, I understand where you're coming from, but still, I can't let this.
well, and that was the other thing too. What I didn't like about this episode was she's like, she did talk about like, hey, I lost my mom too, but then she's just like, if you try to do anything again to him, he's gonna kill you, and I'm not gonna stop him.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like that actually.
Mm-hmm.
There's too much with Spike. Like her relationship with him, it's just too much, I feel like.
Mm-hmm. I mean, there's
Um,
definitely like a feeling. She has feelings for him,
yeah,
obviously. But
obviously.
I think I think honestly do think
She has
that
blinders on though too.
I think she sees him as even with the like the risks that the trigger had, she saw him much more as an asset.
I
Um,
understand that. Yeah.
that's
No,
how she sees it.
I
Yeah.
see where you're getting from, but also I feel like she just, yeah, she almost has her blinders on with him still a bit, and
I mean, yeah, a lot of people feel the same in the show. A lot of characters
yeah,
feel the same.
she's like the trigger was still active, and she was okay with him being around everybody, and like, I don't know, that
Hmm.
shouldn't be okay. That's not mission central. Like that's you could be just like he could have destroyed a bunch of the army that they were building.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
anyway. And also, like, I'll be honest, I have slightly selfish reasons. I thought it was cute that her and Wood were trying, like, we're slightly getting maybe a little romantic, and that definitely killed it. So that sucks.
Yeah.
That bummed me out.
Yeah. Like there's like a yeah, obviously there's
That
like
is over now.
yeah. Yeah. And even like from Buffy's perspective, it'd be like, you had this whole vendetta that you were trying to like pull off under my nose.
Hmm.
I mean, obviously there's less of a emotional connection to Giles trying to do that.
Yeah,
But yeah, that's not a place to start a relationship in that kind of
yeah, yeah, yeah.
emotional place. So yeah,
Hmm.
I don't see that going anywhere
Yeah.
either.
Yeah, but anyway, a very good episode. Everything was really great in this episode. So yeah.
Nice. Yeah, it's a very good one. Okay, so the next episode is Dirty Girls,
Okay.
and we only have 5 episodes left.
Whew.
And someone from past seasons, somebody from that was been on the show before, returns. Who is it?
Is it Angel?
Could be
I'm gonna go with Angel
Angel. Okay.
because we talked about that. I mean, okay,
And
you
mhm.
probably wouldn't have given me that big of a hint, but whatever, I'll go with that anyway.
And also I will say from this episode, this last 5, like this one really like how could I say? Like the momentum of the last episode starts this next episode, if that makes any
Okay. Oh wow.
sense.
Yeah, that does make sense.
Okay. Yeah. So
Because I
like
feel
the
like
momentum.
I feel like there's a lot of momentum with the last episode.
Oh, with this one.
Yeah,
Right. Yeah.
the one
Yeah.
we just
Yeah.
talked
Yeah.
about,
Yeah. So things that fall into place in the next episode are like crucial for like the next 5, if that makes sense. Like this is the
Okay.
beginning of this is the real beginning of the end
Mm.
now in this next episode.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah, I want to see what happens.
All right. So that wraps up season 7, episode 17, Lies My Parents Told Me. Again, you can find us on all major podcast apps, YouTube and Instagram at One Girl and All the World Pod. You can also email us at onegirlpod@gmail.com. Thanks for joining us, and we'll be back with season 7, episode 18, Dirty Girls. See you real soon.
Bye.
Bye.